What happens when a twin flame comes to the realization that they cannot have a physical union with their divine counterpart in this life due to a physical death or circumstances that have been created due to the choices that have been made because both are at completely different levels of consciousness. One may have had a spiritual awakening and be very clear on what the connection is, while the other doesn't have a clue. And this has caused the connection for the awakened twin to be completely one-sided, to where they're doing all of the work, all of the giving, trying to get their counterpart to realize what this connection is, that everything they do completely fails. It is a futile attempt. Other twins do recognize what their connection is, but one or both has made a decision to remain with another partner, either out of a financial need due to a lot of debt, materialism, and social standing, or they have actually fallen in love and bonded with that partner. And though they know they have a twin, they would never hurt their partner. They are comfortable where they are at, and they want to develop that relationship at a soul level. As much as many who are on the twin flame journey want to believe this. When we come to true acceptance of the decisions of our divine counterpart, and we are willing to completely release them into the highest good for their soul's growth, this is when we know we are on the right track spiritually. Because the true twin flame connection is not in any way, shape, or form dogmatic, to where you have to have this physical union, and if you aren't getting this physical union, there's something that you are doing wrong. All of that is false teaching. It is dogma and belief systems that have been twisted out of proportion, most often for monetary gain, and also for the willful control of another individual. And this is something that was never in God's divine plan to begin with, because we were all given free agency. And when we have free agency, freedom of choice, we don't always make decisions that are for our highest good. But when we come to that point of realization, that is when we begin to come into that alignment with the higher self and the God force, because we are facing that pain through the consequences of the choices that we made that brought us to that lowest level. So when you are on the true twin flame journey, when you are beginning to see all of this, and you are awakening to the fact that you must surrender your beloved to the Creator. You are surrendering yourself at a soul level that is actually opening you to your highest destiny. And that destiny, in every case that I have ever seen, with a twin flame in separation who so desperately wanted union, was at a much higher level than they could ever comprehend when they were at the point where they were longing for that twin to see the light and to try to force and manipulate them to coming into a physical union with them. Or, in the case of death, if they were to the point where they just didn't feel they could go on without their counterpart, and they were thinking of suicide or checking out of life to the point where they just wanted to live in meditation or sleep a lot because they didn't want to be out in the world. They didn't want to face any kind of physical reality at all. That is not the reason that we are put on this earth. And the highest level of growth always comes when we make the choice to face something that is unpleasant, that we don't want to deal with, because it's going to put us in a lot of discomfort. This is the true path to soul evolution. And it is the most powerful aspect of the twin flame journey. And when you accept it, the possibilities are going to be endless. And that includes the possibility to physically, mentally, and emotionally love another individual, another human being that you can cohabitate with, that wants to give you a tangible, physical relationship. Someone who isn't avoidant in any way, who doesn't blow you off and force you to make all of the moves when it comes to communication. Someone who really wants to spend time with you, to know all about you, who is interested in you and wants to walk life's journey together. This can and does happen for many twin flames in separation, but it only happens when they truly open their heart. And you can't open your heart unless you are living an authentic life. Always remember that. Authenticity is the key to your healing and coming into true alignment with the God source. It isn't about dogma, whether it is New Age or stemming from organized religion or a doctrine from a spiritual point of view that is supposedly an ancient teaching that teaches you must live this rigid life and do without joy and the pleasure of happiness and physical connection. It's not about depriving yourself of the joy and the experiences with another human being who you could potentially share your life with. But in order to be open to that and to magnetize it to you, as some people like to say, like attracts like, you have to be authentic yourself in order to attract another authentic individual. And many twin flames who would like to have companionship get very discouraged because they are constantly looking in an avenue that they think would be more suitable to them because they are on the spiritual path, without realizing that a lot of people who are teaching, who claim to have a great amount of knowledge, are not authentic. They may look authentic, they may talk like they are authentic, but when it comes down to really communicating one-on-one with others, that simply isn't there. And that tells me that there is something missing, that it isn't all connected as they are projecting that to others regarding themselves. true understanding comes when you have connected with the God source at your heart level. It is also known as your I am presence, the higher aspect of yourself, your Christ consciousness. Let's take a moment to heal this at a deep inner soul level by visualizing the power of God's eternal sunlight and thinking about what it creates on this planet in the way of fertility and nurturing and warmth, and how you feel when you are in that warmth of the sunlight, maybe at the beach with your feet in the sand. And know that that is the masculine aspect, the divine Father, that when connected with the divine Mother, the earthly aspect, brings forth creation. It brings forth life. And the earth and the sea are all feminine, just as the air and the sun are masculine. And the air is thought, the thought, the ability to understand that great divinity, that great power of the one source of creation over all. That you are not far away from God's eternal love. It dwells within your heart. Focus now on your heart and that solar power and that solar love within your heart, becoming that light, accepting that love as the divine feminine within yourself, whether you are in a female or masculine embodiment, it doesn't matter, because acceptance and surrender is feminine. It is the ability to relinquish control, the ability to let go of all manipulation, all force, all pushing, and to allow the full divine masculine to come in and bring creation, bring life into the feminine that is willing to nurture that creation and to love what is growing inside of her. Think now about what you would like to grow and enrich within yourself in your life. What is it that you would love to achieve that you haven't put the thought or energy into? open your heart to the reality that love exists, that love is all around you, that you are a ray of light, a sun within your heart. That love, that light, that energy is glowing within you. I am the divine aspect of love on a physical level. I open my heart to love. I receive love. I have the ability to give love. I am all within the center of creation. I am the beginning and the end. I am the Alpha and Omega. I am one in the power of God's divine plan. I hold in my heart the significance of God's divine plan. I am worthy of love, for I am love. I wish you many blessings on your journey. Until the next